If you want to take the game into your own hands, then IGLing may be for you. IGL stands for In-Game Leader, and it defines the player who wants to make decisions about the goals and methods of a team to best carry everyone towards a victory. A good IGL can set their teammates up to perform their very best and turn opposing aim legends into confused bots. At the same time, a bad IGL can send their team tripping over its own feet. One of the key factors that sets the two apart is the ability to mold strategies. That's why in this video, we will be focusing on the puzzle pieces of strategy that allow one team to outplay the other. Make sure to subscribe if you want to be the first to see more content designed to help you rank up just like this. The first 10 people to head down to the description below will be able to join the Achax Discord server. Keep in mind that these tips did work for me, but you may need something different. That is up to your own judgment. Hello everyone, my name is Achax, and today we are going to be talking about IGLing and Strat Creation. Let's get started. We're starting with Strat Creation because it is my favorite part of Valorant. Strat Creation answers the question of how your team is going to win. It is a lot like solving a puzzle. I've heard this common misconception that strategy is based around intelligence, but in my experience, it's more based around creativity. This isn't like math class where there is one answer and you have to find it. In Valorant, there is simply the situation and how you are going to come out on top. It doesn't matter how you do it as long as it works. And stays within the rules, I guess. Maybe don't hack. Anyways, as a strat caller, it helps to have a good understanding of the fundamental elements of the game. Stuff like tempo, timing, positioning, distance, pressure, and more can be tweaked to play into your strengths and the opponent's weaknesses. You definitely want to be able to quickly analyze your team's position in relation to what you know and think about the opponent's. Being able to spot weaknesses in the opponent's position can make for a very successful round. If you think a video on quick analysis would help you, I can make a walkthrough talking about how I do it. Let me know in the comments. Another huge advantage can be found in strategic skills. This includes things like playing a step or multiple steps ahead, second intentions, layered attacks, conditioning, variation, and more of these types of variable skills that can be adjusted as you like. These add strategic depth to your game and primarily serve to outplay the opponents. They also add sophistication and help increase the number of likely scenarios in which you win. The final piece of strat creation is individual moves. These are preset actions that manipulate the environment, including the fundamental elements, usually in response to some kind of cue. This could mean anything from a specific macro strategy like a default, rush, or fake, to more localized counter strategies like distance crushes, pressure plays, or scan darts. Actions allow you to play the rock, paper, scissors counter game very quickly and can give a nice tempo advantage. Combining all of these into one cohesive unit is going to allow you to mold your strategies into creative solutions for many different situations. As you gain experience, you can start to learn what tends to work well against which strategies and how to play against various actions and things like that. I call these strategy directives, which are basically just rules that happen to be true frequently, but aren't set in stone. These give you a general idea of how to proceed when facing something that may be familiar or at least vaguely similar to something you've seen before. For example, there is the inverse dynamic. This is a common pattern I've noticed where the solution to A is B and the solution to B is A, even though it intuitively seems like only one should be true. Building up huge mental libraries of elements, skills, moves, and directives gives you tons of options to play with and can offer variety if nothing else. Oh, and the ability to defeat a variety of strategies used by the opponents. That one is pretty important. All of these culminate in the next layer of strategy, making up your own strats on the spot. Once you become comfortable with a bunch of different strategies, it's time to defeat things you've never seen before without learning a specific counter. This is my favorite part of Valorant, and it's super entertaining. The clip playing in the background was my response to more mechanically skillful players who claimed they were all smurfs and had rushed B on defense to win twice in a row. One of my counters was to take A for free, plant on the wrong side, and play after plant from defender positions. And it worked. Beyond just being creative, it's important to get comfortable with breaking down the invisible barriers of convention that can stop you from finding a solution because, quote unquote, that's not how to play the game. Unless it's DDoSing. Anyways, how do you learn strategy? While you can learn it from Valorant, I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting out here. The problem is that Valorant has lots of moving parts, and it's going to be unnecessarily difficult to isolate individual pieces, which can make learning from it pointlessly inefficient. Instead, you might be better served by checking out 1v1 strategy games. Different games will focus on different things. For example, chess can be a huge help in developing the ability to think multiple steps ahead and understanding counters, but suffers from being turn-based, while Valorant is real-time. StarCraft 2 benefits from being real-time like Valorant and can help a player understand timing, tempo, multi-pronged attacks, counters, strengths, and weaknesses, among other things. However, it suffers from... Honestly, I can't think of anything at the moment. It's a pretty good metaphor for Valorant strategy. Next, we should talk about strategic style. It recently occurred to me that doing everything textbook style might actually not be a very good idea in competitive games because that's exactly what people learn to drill against. If you do want to be textbook, you better be immaculate. Instead, style adds variation in a very subtle but helpful way. I think a big piece of style is definitely experience. If you've played chess for a decade, you're probably going to be pretty inclined to highlight layered attacks into your strategy. However, I also think people infuse their personalities and deeper experiences into their strategies. It can be pretty easy to spot the difference between a bold, "how did he get away with that" strategy versus a meticulous, "I can't believe they planned that whole thing out" approach. Adding that unique spin differentiates from the textbook and can offer that elusive element of naturalness. Lastly, I want to highlight the importance of being patient with yourself. This isn't something that can be learned overnight, unless you do that, in which case I would be major league impressed. But most people are going to struggle a bit to find solutions in the beginning. That's perfectly fine. I've been there a lot. But that struggle was necessary to build up my Strat Creation to where it is today, and I would say that it has been absolutely worth it. There's much more to IGLing than Strat Creation, and I'm currently working on videos about team coordination and strat calling for IGLs, which will be linked in the description down below once I make them, so look out for those. In the meantime, I hope you found some value in this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Best of luck everyone, and have a great day.